The smoke from the funeral pyre still hung in the air when everyone began to leave. The wood had finished burning, the flames had settled into glowing embers, and the river beside the cremation ground flowed as quietly as if nothing had happened. People offered their condolences. Some touched the boy's shoulder, others avoided his eyes. Then, one by one, they disappeared. The boy did not cry. His name was Aman. He stood there silently, watching the remains of his mother turn into ash. No tears fell, no sound escaped his lips. To those watching from a distance, it looked like shock. To others, it looked like unnatural strength. But the truth was, simpler, Aman had forgotten how to cry. For 3 years, his mother had been sick. Hospitals became more familiar than playgrounds. Medicines replaced bedtime stories. Pain became a daily visitor in their small home. Aman had learned early that crying did not help. When his mother screamed in pain, he brought water. When she fainted, he ran for help. When doctors shook their heads, he nodded quietly. Everyone said the same thing. He is very mature for his age. No one noticed that maturity was just a child's way of surviving. When the priest asked him to light the pyre, Aman's hands trembled. Fire touched the wood caught flame, and soon the body of the woman who had raised him was surrounded by burning heat. This was the same body that had once carried him to sleep, wiped his tears, and whispered promises that everything would be okay. Now it lay still, silent, disappearing piece by piece. Still, Aman did not cry. After the rituals were completed, the cremation worker approached him gently. "Son, it's time to go." Aman nodded. "You can go," he said softly. "I'll stay for a while." For the first time that day, he was alone. No relatives, no instructions, no expectations. Just a boy, the ashes of his mother, and a silence that felt heavier than grief. He stared at the pyre, and suddenly, memories began to rise like smoke. His mother's voice echoed in his mind. "Did you eat today? Don't be scared. I'm here. You're strong, Amen, stronger than me." His chest tightened, his throat burned. His eyes stung, but still, nothing came out. Then something inside him broke. His knees gave way, and he collapsed onto the ground. His shoulders shook violently, as if his body was remembering something his mind had buried for years. A sound escaped his lips, not a word, not a sentence, but a broken, helpless cry. He cried for the first time, not softly, not quietly, but like a child who had held too much pain for too long. "Ma," he whispered, the word tearing through him. "I didn't cry when you cried. I didn't cry when you were in pain. Everyone said I had to be strong, so I was." His tears fell onto the ashes. "I stayed silent because you needed me. I watched you suffer because I didn't want you to feel alone. I thought if I stayed strong, you would stay too." His hands trembled as he gathered a small amount of ash in his palm. "But today, you really left." He pressed the ashes to his chest. "Now tell me, Ma, who do I have to be strong for?" His crying echoed across the empty cremation ground. There was no one to stop him, no one to tell him to calm down, and for the first time, he didn't need anyone to. Slowly, his sobs faded, his breathing steadied, his eyes were swollen and red, but his heart felt lighter, emptier, yet honest. He understood something in that moment. He didn't cry because his mother had died. He cried because he no longer had to pretend. All those years, he had carried his pain silently, so his mother wouldn't worry. He had swallowed his tears because he believed strength meant silence. But now, with nothing left to protect, the truth finally escaped him. Crying did not make him weak. It made him human. Aman stood up slowly. He walked toward the river and let the ashes slip through his fingers into the flowing water. As they disappeared, he looked up at the sky. "Ma," he said quietly, "today I cried for the first time. Maybe now I'll learn how to live." The smoke faded, the river flowed on, and at a place where life had ended, a boy finally allowed himself to feel. It's okay not to be okay. Grief is a heavy burden, and you don't have to carry it alone. If you or someone you know is struggling with loss, please reach out for support. There are resources and people who can help. Thank you for listening.